Howdy ho, good neighbors. What's going on? It's Phil Russert, and this is Creatorcon Q&A, episode 122. I know I keep saying we're done, then you see me keep doing episodes. What can I do? I love the community, I love indie people, and I love talking, obviously. So, Kevin Stewart, what's going on? Thanks for being first. Roy, sorry you're second. You lose, but thanks for coming in anyway. Our guests were getting jiggy to my music, so that's pretty cool since I wrote that and performed the drums on that bad boy. Um, cool guests tonight. They're Kubert School alumni, and they've got a really cool project going on right now. And it went live on Kickstarter at noon today. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to launch, and you're all going to pledge, or I'm going to toilet paper your house. So before we get into all that, um, just remember to support the indie community. Remember that every guest I have on here could be the next rock star, and you want to get on the ground level because you'll regret if you didn't. Okay. And this is a massive project with 22 Kubert School current students and alumni. And you know that Kubert School pumps out really talented people. So you know the quality of the project is going to be great. So today we've got an early show, but it's going to be a good show. So if you're on your commute home, put it on the phone and listen in. You don't have to watch, even though I'm handsome. You could just listen, or you can, hang out at home if you're drawing, doing homework, whatever the hell you're doing. Put it on in the background, but listen and pay attention. All right. So today's guests, without further ado, I'm going to just make it simple. Zach and Steve of the Kubert School. They are alumni with their project today. What's going on?
Hello, everybody.
How's everything?
I'm doing all right.
Things are going great.
Good to hear. So I know a lot of people from the Kubert School. I commission art from a lot of people. Wonderful school, obviously, with a lot of great history. I mean, Joe Kubert and his sons. And right now Anthony's awesome, and he's running the show, and he's doing his thing, and he's a good guy. And I have to say that the school really does pump out professional students. You guys get work and you're professionals, and I'm excited to talk about your project today.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you for having us on.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So we're gonna start with Zach. This is the second anthology book, but it is the third book in the universe that you've created with your character Sandaron.
Yeah.
So first, tell us a little about yourself and your experience at the school, and then tell us about how you came up with Sandaron and how you created this first book.
So, being in the school in the beginning, like most students, you come in thinking you know everything, and then you're gonna get taken down a peg or two, just by the instructors. When the assignment comes away, you think you did a great job, and then they'll, completely like just cut you in half, and then they build you back up. I've had this character, Sonderon and his voyage, um, pretty much before I went to the school. But from day one, when I went through the doors to all the way to the end of the third year and even out the doors, I just been trying to perfect that story. And the greatest thing about being in the Cupid school, I had, pretty much friends all around me that I got to jot ideas back and forth off of. And, pretty much, I still keep in contact with them to this day. And I include a lot of them on the future projects that I do, if not the current one. So, um, yeah, like you said, this is my third book so far. Voyage Anthology Volume 1 I did when I was in the middle of the second year at the Cupid School because I didn't want to wait. And I thought the best way to go about doing that was to include other Cupid School students who had other characters but didn't quite figure out what to do with them yet. I was like, you know what, just throw it in this anthology. Let's just, get this book made and have something under our name. And then when I got out of the school that following January, um, I launched Voyage the Call, and you got to experience Sonderon in all his glory just by himself. And I always intended for a sequel to the first anthology, and here we are today with that anthology launching on Kickstarter with 200 pages.
See, and it is anthologies are great for several reasons. As a reader, you get a nice diverse array of things. You're not just stuck at plotting through something. You really get more bang for your buck. But as a creator, like you said, people who haven't fully really gotten their full story and background yet, it's a good introduction. And if any of these characters make it big, that's the book they're going to go to. Oh, that was the first appearance, you know. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And as I look down, it's because I'm sharing into a bunch of groups, so don't think I'm like texting my friend and ignoring you.
Oh, it's all good.
Um, yeah, I'm looking at porn. No, I'm just kidding. So, um, you did the first book, and you had crowdfunded it, right? You kickstarted it.
No, the first volume I just self-published that.
Oh, okay.
Me and a few other people just like pitched in some money to put over to print, just to like take it to New York Comic Con that year. I just wanted to make a book, and I didn't want to wait. I honestly, it was a nightmare. It was more workload than I thought it was going to
It's
be.
a lot.
I had to do that on top of doing all the homework in the Kubert and still try to maintain
Oh
the
boy.
amount of what do you call it, quality on all the pages I was doing outside of that book, just so that way, I don't slip through the cracks. And that was a nightmare. Even like just the experience of dealing with so many people and be like, hey, where's your pages? Oh, I don't have them yet. I'll have them next month. And just keeping up to date with everyone. That was just a lot of work. But the fact that I did that way early on, I was able to understand on a business standpoint how to handle certain situations, not just as an artist or a writer, but an editor as well, and just figure out how to design books from the beginning. So that way, when we get to this point, I just, it's second language to me.
And that's the thing people to realize is it's not. I mean, as much as you love what you're doing and it's better than 9 to 5, it's work, and you have to understand the business part of it. Marketing is the hardest and most heavy duty part of everything. But yeah, as an editor and a publisher, there's a lot. Um, I don't care if you're cooking dinner. Damn it, put it on in the background. The first house I'll be toilet papering. So, Greg, what's going on? Um, as you're about in 40 groups right now, so they're either going to hate us all or you're going to get a lot of views. So, um, so there is a lot to that, and managing and juggling and scheduling and a lot. You wearing many hats, so that's a lot. Um, so you did the first book. How did the self publishing go once it was printed and ready to go?
When it was printed and ready to go, when that copy came in so I could take a look at it, I didn't think it was going to be as good as I thought it was going to be, because I always have low expectations of things
Hmm.
until it comes my way for me to look at. And even then, I always think about like, oh, there's still going to be problems to face. But when that copy came through, I was just really excited. No words to describe that. And it just kind of let me know, like, as a reassurance, like, hey, you know, you can keep doing this, man. You can keep making these, and it's going to work.
Awesome. So from there, what made you decide? You know what? I'm going to make the follow up to this universe in an anthology form.
So every superhero, any character in comic books, the majority, you can say that they all appeared in some anthology, you know, of of a weird format. Zone, his first appearance was in what was that comic called? Heat or
Yeah, it was
Dark.
Dark Horse or Dark Horse Presents.
Yeah, Dark Horse Presents, and then you have Spider-Man. Amazing Fantasy. That whole series itself was just like a bunch of different characters.
Right.
Trying them out every single issue, and.
Thor was in Astonishing Tales, and yeah.
Exactly. And what better way to go ahead and just get a feel and understanding of how your own character can be in a world that you're creating than throw them in an anthology, just to, visually see that. So when I did Voyage Anthology Volume 1, and then that was done, it gave me a clear understanding of how to write the rest of the lore with his own story. And the best thing for Voyage, making that title in itself, it gave a clear path for other people who were on the book to know what they wanted to do with their characters. Like Steve's character Troglodyte.
Yeah.
Um, Once he put that character in that story, he kept writing on and on. Yeah, like, what were you doing after?
Ooh, well, when you first approached me for the when you first approached me to be in the book, you were in your second year, I was in my first year. So I was kind of like, "Ooh, I don't know if I can do this right now." But you eventually warmed me up to it, and I thought, what kind of story do I like really want to tell? Because there's like I have like a million different ideas. So I decided to work with the one that I had the most, like, I guess I had developed it the most. So that ended up being like a barbarian character. And from there, after drawing this barbarian character, it really, like what Zach said, it really gave me the idea of, okay, how do I want this world to be written, or how do I want to go forward with this from here? And it helps you once you have like a set idea of what you do and don't want to do with your story. It gives you like a better idea of like writing it. You know what I mean? So I tried to not really subvert the the common tropes of like fantasy novels and genre. Like everybody loves Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but
Right.
I wanted to see if I could like make my own creatures and like have my own way that like this world operates and functions. So, but in really like all I wanted to do was draw something that I think I would like, or like a younger version of myself would really enjoy
Right.
reading, because those are the people that
So,
inspired me.
so what made you go from an adult film entertainment star to drawing comics? No, in all seriousness, though. So you joined in on the first anthology with your character, and you mind if I pull your character up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Now, it was what you sent me. Was that from the first anthology, or is this on what's on the second?
This is
That
on
is
the
from
second.
the second one.
Okay.
So I did a
So
yeah, sorry.
no,
I did
it's fine. So I'm going to pull it up, and feel free to tell us about the character, and then tell us about the first anthology, your introduction of this character, and how you have evolved as a writer and artist, and the characters evolved to the second anthology.
Okay. So in the first book I had, that was Troglodyte Sand and Steel. That was a short story that I put in for Voyage 1. It was Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, sorry. The second one, Troglodyte Sand and Steel. This is the one that's going to appear in the new book Voyage 2. So this is a 8-page mini story that I drew for school that I ended up handing over to Zach. I was like, hey, why don't we put this? I have like another Troglodyte comic. Why don't we put it in the new book and see how like well people like it? Because I got astounding feedback from the character from the first book, which was only a 3-page mini story. So I decided to do something a little bit longer with this one, so that you could kind of get a feel for how this world is going to be, and like it's going to set the tone for the rest of the story going on forward.
Now, you do the colors as well, or you did all the lines?
I did everything in this everything that you see is done by me. I did
Oh,
this
nice.
all within about a month.
Oh, wow. Okay. And now, as an artist, you're also a writer. You came up with the concept of what his personality is, his background story, and his universe, as you said. I
Yeah,
like the idea that you don't want to just go with the typical D&D tropes, and you wanted to create your own. I think that's wonderful. How difficult is it for you with character design, and coming up with, because I'm sure you're gonna have to come up with a ton of different races, and then you have to come up with their background and their lore.
it's really tough work, but to be completely honest, that's some of my favorite stuff to do on the comic. It's been pretty much just constant character designs and like story development ever since I finished the second book, because I have about 2 other issues planned, and then I'm going to get into a multi-issue series that I'm going to be teasing sometime here in the future. So keep an eye out for that.
Very cool. By the way, Zach, I need to talk to you about um, getting one of these for my character. What's standing behind you?
Oh, you mean the cardboard cutout?
Yes, I need to get one of those. You have to tell me where and how.
Cardboardcutouts.com, and they actually do some pretty good prices. But the one that I have that's 6 feet tall, so it
That's what
really
I want.
shows how small I am.
He's massive.
Right?
Yeah, I do. I want one that's at least 5'8", which is the actual height of my character, and I stand him at tables. That'd be awesome.
Honestly, the quality, I was really surprised that like that company did really, really well with the quality of the print. And I just sent them an 11 by 17, like 400 DPI image, and it was just
They
really
were able
cool.
to really they were able to increase the size
Yeah,
without pixelation and losing. Wow.
It looks
yeah.
great.
And
Oh,
I
I
was
got.
like, the only reason why I got it was because I wanted to put it in the as a prop for the Kickstarter video.
That's all, dude. In the private chat here, do you see where it says private chat? Can you
Yeah.
tell me what? Would you mind telling me what you paid for it?
Oh yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Fun about that. I
All
remember
right.
when you were ordering it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not as
Well, really,
expensive.
that's it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. Oh, I'm in. I'm in. All right, so I'm gonna put this up because I just want to show people what's going on. You did a press kit basically, and did a nice job, very professional. So you got some nice reviews. Jan Dursima, who's done Star Wars, climb on board and take a voyage to a brand new universe. Michael Craig of Scooby Doo's Dark Horse presents Voyage is exactly what happens when a bunch of young artists take charge of the destiny and head into the unknown, pedal to the metal. You get dreamers sharing their vision. You get a book filled with the stuff young artists care about. You get Voyage. Hey, Phil Leon, what's going on? He's a colorist. If you ever need, you should check out Phil Leon. So there's 22 students on this. It's an 8.25 by 11, 200-page hardcover with a dust jacket by my boy Chris Campana. Sci-Fi adventure, and it's co-created with you and Brett Melograno. So,
Yep.
all right. So tell us about the anthology. Tell us. Well, let's back up. Tell us about meeting Brett and putting this all together.
Okay. Before I do, I got to give a shout out to Phil Leon because he just called me out. So what's up, Phil? But
Yeah.
me and Brett were actually in the same classroom in when I came in as a first year student in the school. Um, but so me and him, like we both created a lot of different characters. In fact, while a lot of people were doing Spider-Man and Batman, putting those in their assignments and whatnot, I kept like putting characters I was creating that I created like years ago, and I was putting in the assignments just to see what it looked like. Um, but as I kept writing throughout the first year, when I was at the mansion for housing, I would go to Brett, and I would just read out like paragraphs and stories and stuff that I have them written in. Obviously, there was plot holes, but as the years went on, it wasn't until this key moment where third year came along. And I'll tell you right now, Brett is an amazing writer. This guy, like, he writes scripts and he comes up with ideas, like amazing ideas, like on the fly. With just give him a half hour and you just like pop open like two scripts written for you. Just it's amazing stuff. So third year came around, and after I did my first chapter of Webtoons, I asked him, "Can you help me tweak some of his backstory and just try to help fill in certain gaps because I'm having a hard time with it?" Because I'm more of I'm a type of person where I can explain to you what I can what I want for an idea, but I can't write it in a sense where it just makes perfect sense. So
Right.
Brett was perfect for that. And he just goes in his room, sits down for like a half hour to an hour, comes out with this, elaborate like story, just like, kept a lot of the things that I have, but he twisted it in such a way where it made me so giddy just hearing it. I was like freaking out. I'm like, this is it. This is the story. And
Nice.
um from that point, I was like, dude, you know what? Let's work together on this. Like, I'm gonna constantly keep pushing out Void stuff. This year I'm gonna be working on the first 6-issue arc of his actual solo series,
Nice.
and he's the writer for every single issue. But I told him, I was like, dude, I want you to be part of that journey for me. And because of his writing, it doesn't make me the sole creator because what people are reading today and now, they're reading Brett's writing mixed in with certain ideas that I envisioned for his arc. So that's the first impression that people who have never heard the character are going to get. And that right there makes Brett just as much as a creator as me. of this character.
And this is your baby though, and you're the artist on this.
Yeah, this one, this image right there, nah, that one right there, I did all the artwork for, but Nick Capone did the colors for it.
Yeah, I know Nick, good guy.
Oh yeah, and
What
then
about
that
this
one
one?
Chris Campagna did. Funny story.
That's why this sucks. No, I'm just kidding. And tell Chris, thanks a lot for coming out and watching, you big jerk. But anyway,
Funny story about Chris. I didn't even ask him to do this image. How it went was last year in January when I was launching Voyage the Call. I was still trying to understand, how the algorithm works. What are you supposed to do? And I was learning this in mid launch of that book, Voyage the Call, and I joined as a fan on Chris Campagna's Facebook page. Like I think it was like fans of
it's
Campagna art.
companions. Yeah.
Yeah. And I joined that, but there's a section when you go ahead and create a post for your Kickstarter and you click share to a group and it comes up with all these different groups. I just selected all of them and it sent it out. And literally like 5 minutes after joining his group, he hits me up with a message. He goes, "Did you just join my group just to promote your own artwork?" And I was like, "Oh my God, no, I'm so sorry." So I took it down. And I sent him a message personally. I was like, "Dude, I'm totally sorry about that." He's like, "Dude,
Tell him, yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it, punk?
But was it Free Comic Book Day last year? Was at the Joe Kubert School in midsummer, and I didn't even know he was there. And I walked up
Yeah.
to him. I was like, "Hey, man, what's up? Sorry about that. Post that I did. During Voyage to Call, but I hope all is well." He said, "Oh, hey, I've been meaning to back that, but I was watching. I'm glad that I did it. Did it fun?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." He's like, "That's awesome." And then as like me and him were just like talking back and forth throughout the whole time, and then he just hits me with, By the way, if you ever need something from me for that another project that you're doing, hit me up. And I was like, I might hold you to that. And then here we are. Like this image just came from that.
It's nice that you were charitable. He needs work. But he's not even watching, but I'm gonna bust his balls any chance I can get. I kid. I know Chris over a decade. I know him when he was doing his first book that nobody knew about, and he was just really learning how to do sequential work. So I have a right to bust his balls. Anyway, so this looks really good. I mean, the artwork is great. It's top notch. You say the writing is awesome, which I have no doubt. I mean, look at this. Beautiful work.
That one was done by Eugene Zabrowski.
Very nice.
And then
And there
that
you go.
one is the narrative of my story called Force Play.
So there's 22 creators on this. Is there 22 stories, or how many stories are in this anthology?
So there's 16 stories, and the biggest page count on one of the stories is 30 pages by Bob Harden. But we have 16 narratives, and the rest of the people, we got a couple of people like Mariano from the Kubert School, who's a third-year student right now. Tyler Lanaz, who's a first-year student. Leonard Agresti and Eddie Rios. Those guys did pinups. And then we have, colorists like Nick Capone, who's doing some colors for some stories. Just other people to help fill in, like Rod Ollerenshaw is helping to lettering like 4 stories or 4 or 5 stories right now at the moment. So it's just like those extra people are just people to come in and help fill in the little slots.
Coming from a colorist. Very cool.
Hey, thank you, Phil.
Yeah, Phil. Good
Actually,
name for good people.
Stephen colored that last narrative, the story that I did, because I just flatted the pages and I sent it off to him, and Steve just came up with this whole color palette that worked really well for my story.
Yeah, I helped them out with the roughs, and I also did the coloring for the comic. So
very cool. Now, you launched your Kickstarter today at noon. This is your second Kickstarter, correct? You did the anthology in the first one, and were you nervous going in?
Everyone keeps hitting me up. They're like, "Yo, you excited?" I was like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, I'm like scared. I got a lot writing on this, and 25K, that's a high number, but when you see it fund on Kickstarter, those are accurate numbers. It's not like they're making them up. And this is the actual number I need to help fund this book, and that's a lot, especially when majority of Kickstarters are like $4,000, $5,000 for single issue.
Well, people have to understand hardcover alone is a lot of money to print, and then you have a dust jacket that's just expensive, and then it's 200 pages. This is a book. This is a solid. This isn't a floppy. This is a friggin' book, and you're gonna get a lot of story and narration and a lot of different talent in this book. And everybody's contribution has a price tag. So I hope people understand that when you see that kind of goal, they don't walk away with a lot of money. By the time Kickstarter takes their share, and the print costs are ridiculous, and they're even higher now than ever. Paper's up, shipping. Your shipping charge goes into that goal. So when you see a goal, that includes the shipping. So they have to take the shipping out of that goal as well. So, you have to understand this Kickstarter doesn't make you money. It just makes a book.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a look at this. We've got a trailer. Do you want me to play the trailer?
Oh, please do, man. This video is so cool. Me and Leonard, Bob Harden put so much work into this. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you just got another backer while we were on, so that's
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna put this on. The sound is on, and we're gonna open the screen here.
There we go.
Oh
man.
Let's see. Uncouple the umbilical resupply connect ports to the secondary external support to reconnect to the auxiliary fusion generator. You do realize it was only a few short months ago I was chopping down trees and hunting Terran fish. Excuses. The damage we sustained is critical. If it isn't repaired, a complete structural failure will occur within 5 standard Terran cycles. Yeah. I'm glad to see you're taking this so seriously. Isn't there some kind of automatronic system, plutonium space modulator, something that can fix this? I'm getting the feeling you just don't want to put in the work. Feeling? I thought you don't have. How is that possible? Oh, hey, didn't see you there. That was kind of rude of me. It's been a while, huh? Well, as you can tell, we are in a bit of a jam. We're gonna be here for a while, and I definitely don't want to bore you. So, how about some stories? I'm still new to this explorer thing, but I've run into some pretty interesting characters, to say the least. So, while I'm straining my Sonderberries working on this ship, anyways, let me thrill you with some tales of action, adventure, mystery, and suspense. Welcome to Voyage 2.
All right. First of all, great audio. It was well put together.
Voyagers.
Oh,
it's your favorite.
Oh, you thought you were done.
That was over?
Oh.
There's more.
I know it's been a while since our last adventure, and you're probably wondering why I'm in this snowsuit. It's because Earth is cold. Well, today I have a very special treat for all you Voyagers at home, and also some exciting news on my next thrilling adventure. I'm bringing you a cosmic menagerie of epic proportions. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. They say big things start with small beginnings. And before I was traversing the cosmic causeway, I was but a small, insignificant little speck of an idea in the mind of a young man here on planet Earth. That young man's name is Zackary Marois. Today, after all these years, I finally get to meet that young man. We sure have been on a lot of adventures since the years you created me. Yep, a lot of adventures. Let's tell the viewers about some of the adventures we've been on, especially Voyage Book 1 and Voyage The Call. So, that brings us to why we are here today. I'm excited to announce the next chapter in Dwarf Star Comics publishing history. Voyage Book 2, Melting Pot.
That's right.
A collection and celebration of short stories and art from some of today's talented and up-and-coming storytellers.
So Voyage Book 1, that book was made when I was in the second year at the Kubert School. I did that with about 23, 21 Kubert School students. The story that you were in, you were actually, I don't know if you remember this, but you were up against the Zackary mob. You helped free Italia. But in Voyage,
love those guys.
Yeah, right. In Voyage the Call, though that one was pretty much where you were having your endless nights not sleeping, and you were going up against this demon within. So you had to go to this dead space, so to speak, and it transported you to this dimensional demon. And that was Voyage the Call. That book was supposed to be for Inktober, but I decided to go ahead and make that into a Kickstarter, which funded for Voyage Melting Pot. That one is supposed to be a sequel to the first Voyage Anthology. This one's going to have 23 other Kubert School students. And, it's pretty much going to be the same premise as the first book, only you're more of the host in this book.
Will there be any scratch and sniff?
Do you know how expensive that is?
Just a thought.
That's probably a few grand just to add in. The goal itself is $25,000.
So, it sounds like this book is on track to outdo the first anthology. How can fans get their hands on it?
The only way for fans to get their hands on it is to go ahead and pledge as a backer on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Interesting. I would assume there's also some extra goodies fans can get a hold of with their pledges.
That's right.
Well, it sounds like it's a phenomenal project with a wide variety of eclectic characters and fantastic stories. Hopefully, you'll be a little kinder to me this time around. No dismemberments. All right, that's enough.
I gotta say, I think that's pretty much it. I said that all there. I said everything that I needed to say. I hope people back this book.
And with that, I think it's time to get out of this snowsuit. My sounder berries are sweating. I want to thank Zach for stopping by and giving us a peek into Dwarf Star Comics' new anthology, Voyage Book 2, Melting Pot. Make sure to pledge and support the book on your favorite purple Cometon Sandaron. And I'll see you amongst the stars.
Hold on, it's almost there. Oh, yeah.
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the
How
adventure?
far will you go for the adventure?
How 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 far would you go for adventure?
How far would you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go?
Peter!
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the adventure?
I will do anything for adventure.
How far will you go for the adventure?
Bam! Let's go.
Let's give a shout out to the guy who made the video, Sir Leonard, such
Lenny.
a talented video editor.
Oh, yeah. Just beautiful.
Yeah.
So the whole time, I can see you guys. Nobody else can, but I can see you in my little window here. And the excitement and the passion that you showed during your video, to me, that's what it's all about. This isn't a money grab. This isn't, I don't want to work a day job, so to speak. This is passion. You really want this. You proud of this. You love this. This is in your heart. This is in your soul. And we have to nurture that, guys. We have to really appreciate that, nurture it, just like we'd want ours nurtured. You had to see them. They were like two little school kids, like before Christmas, just excited that Santa was coming, and it was good. It's great. I mean that in a complimentary way. All right, so right now they have $736 of a very large goal, guys. We got to help them. 18 backers, so that's good. At least we picked up somebody here at 29 days to go. It just launched. So, I mean, you got a good start, but we got a long road ahead, right? And but you're going to make it. So let's let's go look at it. Tell us about some of the artists and what we're seeing here. Here's a promo image. Who's the artist?
This was the first. I did the artwork for this image. So pretty much, this was the first image I released on the internet to tell everyone on the book, hey, this book is actually happening. But these characters, the artist that's part of these characters is Kenneth and Zendaya, Megan and Kara Raff, Sam Wolliver, Eddie Rios, Stephen Mitchell, Justin Shin, Austin Ronquillo, Jack French. Man, and these are just like some of the characters that are in the image that the artists are the creators of.
You kind of got your own little Image Comics going on here. This could expand to a whole universe of all these characters getting their own series, and I mean, you could really be sparking something here with all of you as collaborating in the same world, the same universe.
About
and
this
there's
image,
Steve's character, of course. What's that?
This image, the white character above Sonderon is Zone from Dark Horse Comics Presents by Michael Kreger.
Very cool. Very cool. A lot of great, interesting-looking characters here. Is he holding a bong?
He is.
That's Sam Wolliver's character.
Yeah.
That's what?
Sam Wolliver's character. He's a pot-smoking demon.
Oh, my.
Character.
But you got a lot, and it's very diverse too, where you have aliens, demons, you have sword wielding vigilantes, and very cool, very nice.
It's very expensive.
So, is this book done?
It's all the artwork is pretty much done. I'm just in the editing part now, so I gotta edit like the credit pages, the indicia, like just all that stuff, which I can take care of this month and just wrap it up at the end.
And are you looking to continue with a third anthology after this, or is this where everybody breaks off and does their own series?
So, this is where everyone, this is my last one, and everyone breaks off. But the cool thing about it is that I've had some guys come to me and want to be part of the Dwarf Star, like Steve with his character Troglodyte. So I'm trying to help him push him to get his first issue out. Bobby Chrysopher with his character Brutor. He's going to be releasing that comic book out on Kickstarter sometime in October. Austin Ronquillo with Tales of Animus, he's going to be doing that stuff and launching it on webcomics. And Sam Wolliver with Scorn. We're trying to flesh certain things out with that character some more. So this is definitely a beginning of something bigger. And the best part is we have a distributor, Adam Watson from Darkslinger Comics.
I know Adam.
Yeah, he created Comics Mainstream, a perfect place where you can go ahead and get your books distributed by a company and a guy who believes in indie creators. So, working with him, to distribute these books is a blessing. He's actually helping. These books will be going to his warehouse after this funds, and he's going to be ordering all the merchandise. And he's just going to take care of the shipping, so I don't have to.
Very cool. Yeah, I spoke to him a while ago. I wanted to get my second book out before I follow up with him, and I'm going to do that now that I've just finished fulfilling. Good guy, good head on his shoulders with a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
So here we've got Steve's book, as we were looking at.
Yep, that's mine. just see it very.
And this is Ken. What's the last name? Sidonania?
Yeah, Sidonyanya. That's his character, Air Rider.
Air Rider has a few other stories that have already been published, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Ken, he's already finished issue 1. He's coloring issue 2, and he's gonna be launching both those issues on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Very cool. Here you have Austin Ronquillo.
Yep. Tales of Animus right there. That's the cover to his story.
And then we have Bob Harden, of course, Bob C. Harden.
Rat Rod Daddy.
Beautiful art. Leonard Agrusti.
Yep, that's a pinup. This
we got
is
this dude. Who is this guy again? Zach. What the hell is his name?
That's
some weirdo.
I thought it was Sonderon.
No, I didn't really like
that. That's gonna be a 5-page preview. And that's gonna be at the end of the book. That's Curtis Dresser. He's got a Wendigo story going on over there. Oh yeah,
love that guy.
Very cool.
His black and whites is really good. Bobby Crucifix is on the right-hand side with his Charles Manson getting launched into space for resurrection.
That was
boy.
It was a trip for real.
That's original.
Yeah.
Michael
Krager with Zone.
There he is.
Very cool. Jack French.
Jack French with another story from Slothman. With the villain, what is it, Swinelator?
Swinelator?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fun characters in the book.
Megan and Kara, the twins, with their character Useless Knight.
You know, they should cosplay as the twins from not Stephen King, Kubrick. Oh yeah, Stephen King's The Shining. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Oh boy!
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I think it would just be a cool cosplay.
No. We've all said the same jokes. On the right hand side is Stephen Beard, who did the artwork, Scorn, created by Sam Wolliver. Dude, Stephen Beard's work is just like very like
the man is a myth.
Yeah,
he's
like,
a legend.
His work just reminds me a lot of Trad Moore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really strong.
Yeah, it looks great. Great lines. Great detail. My boy Peter Clinton.
Yup, with the Witch Hunter.
Oh yeah, that one rocked.
He did a lot of free stories that he put on Room 23 Comics on Instagram, and which is more stories of the Witch Hunter. But this is definitely a new story of that same character coming back.
Peter's a great guy, a great artist. He just did a cover for me that I love. It's one of my favorites, and he's great to work with. Great guy. And here we are at Sonderon.
Yeah. That one's going to be a smash and grab story where he's pretty much there's a mysterious figure who hires Sonderon to go retrieve an artifact, but it's that same guy who hires the bounty hunters to go after him and kill him. And you're like, why is that? We'll find that out.
Yeah.
Pete is awesome.
You gotta read the whole thing to find out.
How many pages is Sonderon's tale in this?
So we have 2 pages of a preview, which is it's the prologue, which introduces the reader to the book. And then we have, for that story itself, it's going to be an 8-page narrative. And then at the end of the book is going to be a 5-page story, which is a precursor to the first issue of Voyage #1 that's launching in Kickstarter September.
Very cool. Very cool. Tyler Lanaz, is that how you pronounce it?
He's a first-year Kubert School student.
Very cool. Nice lines.
On the right-hand side, Brett Melograno with his story. He did a different format, kind of like more of like a novel, but with like spot illustrations. Very different from the rest. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it is very cool. Adam Quinones.
Yep. With his story, Penny.
We love Adam.
Oh,
Adam's story rock.
Adam is like, not only is he a great artist, but just a funny guy. Like,
yeah,
he's very reliable, man. Like, that guy just like shocks me how fast he is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then Eugene Zabrowski.
Yep. So Nick Capone is coloring over Eugene's story, but Eugene's black and white narrative is just very beautiful, and the colors just add that extra kick to it. And Italia he put Talia, that green chick, in the story. That's mine. That's like closely related to Sonderon in the story, and it's just, that's like one absolute favorite page.
Very cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. Great lines too. So okay, let's go over the tiers. What do people get?
All right, so for the base digital bundle tier, you're gonna get $15. You're gonna get all 3 digital PDFs.
And when you say all 3, clarify to your viewers. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but what
Oh,
are they?
so you're gonna get Voyage Anthology Volume 1, Voyage of the Call, and the new one, Voyage Melting Pot.
Okay. And then we've got for $40.
$40, you're gonna get the hardcover book. You're gonna get all 3 digital bundle books, and you're gonna get a desktop screen image.
Cool. It's a good thing you don't get the one that Steven used to put out. Those nudes were getting everybody kicked off. What do you get for $50?
$50, you get everything I said before, plus a holographic print.
Oh, nice. Hollow print's always cool. And you know what? That's going to be really cool in Hollow with all the digital screens and stuff. That's a great choice. That's going to be cool.
I can't wait to see that one in print, honestly.
For $75, you get your own true model. Oh,
you
you just get the T-shirt. Sorry, never mind.
It comes separately.
Oh, yeah.
It's not included.
So you get everything you said, and then this.
You get a T-shirt.
Is that a pinup?
So for $75, you're also going to get the sketchbook.
So there's a sketchbook. Very cool.
This sketchbook is going to feature a lot of the unprinted stuff or things that were in the making to get to this point. We're just going to fulfill it with like raw material.
A lot of concept art is going to be in there.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff.
Very cool. For $200.
$200, we're going to go into the commission tiers. So this one's going to be Jack French, and that's just an example of what he can do for his, his artwork. And you get everything like I said before.
Very cool. And then $250.
$250, you're going to get 11x17 full-blown commission from me of anything you want, plus everything included.
Very nice. All in.
The works.
And the Jack French commissions. Wow, look at that Darth Maul. Very nice. Look at the Moon Knight. Beautiful work.
I love that Darth
Judge
Maul.
Death.
Love Star Wars.
Yeah, me too. Scarecrow. I'm huge, except Vader will kill Maul in 3 seconds, and don't even argue with me. I'll fight you. Very cool. Now, where did you come up? Who came up with Dwarf Star Comics?
So, pretty much, Joshua Reed. We were brainstorming at the mansion.
Me too.
And
I was in the room too.
Did you like come up with the name?
You, me, and Josh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We
So
were shooting ideas around.
My memory is terrible. Yeah, so like we were all trying to figure out. I was trying to rebrand myself, and I was trying to figure out a really nice name, like something to give people hope in their ideas and whatnot. So I think Josh, in the end of us like figuring it out, just like said, Dwarf Star or something.
I'm the one who you said star. We came up with like what kind of star we wanted because we wanted it to be kind of like a supernova of like this new, all these ideas like coming out into like the universe, So I think Josh was the one who suggested Dwarf Star because that's the star that happens right before a supernova, I believe.
Okay.
I think that's how it was.
Yeah. So, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Good name. I like it.
Yeah, it's touchy.
And there's the model that you're selling again. This isn't legal. You can't sell people anymore. Oh, you mean the shirt? Sorry, the shirt.
Oh.
Very cool. Good shirt. I like it.
Yeah, I want that shirt, man.
Yeah, you know what? Can you do holofoil shirts? That would be awesome.
I don't even know how much that would be. That would be cool.
Dude, that would be nuts.
Right?
All right, there you go. I'm your marketing person. There you go. To those that select the Voyage, the call variant items listed below are all 10 variants. Okay. Very nice. This has like a really cool old school magazine cover to it. I like that.
I'm so glad you like picked that out. That was actually like inspiration from one of the EC Comics layout.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like that a lot. Of course, you got the amazing fantasy. Very nice. Great choices. Yeah, that's gonna look great in foil with the screens and everything.
Look at the colors on that.
That's the back cover of the book.
That's the one, the back cover I did for Voyage.
Nice, and there is your man.
There he is. You know I had to include him.
Now, if he doesn't win, is he like a Wookiee and rips your arm off, or does he chop your arm? What does he do?
It won't go well for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice. Scare the hell out of people with that mask.
It's a great mask.
So actually, Phil, if you go all the way down at the bottom, every podcast that I do, when I get a link, I will go ahead and include it. Like, so when you see Pop XP, when you passed it, like crowdfunding comics,
Yeah.
I will include the image.
Oh, Niall Scala, the guy's a dreg of humanity. I swear.
I will put all the podcasts.
And Billy Tucci, he just lowers my property values.
I will put all the podcasts I do right underneath each and every single one, so that way people can click to you guys as well.
Very cool. Thank you. Except mine ended in October. I just did this because I wanted to help out. so I won't be back for a long time. But I kid, of course, about Niall and Billy. They're good guys. Very cool. You guys got a lot going on here. I love what you're doing. I love the collaboration, helping others shine. We as a community, we have to really work together. We don't have distribution deals. We don't have, big name characters behind us. We're trying to get them there. And competition should be just with ourselves being a better person tomorrow than we are today. Whether it's better at art, better at writing, better at editing, or just being a better person overall. And this is great what you guys are doing, showcasing a lot of people. I really hope success spawns from this and people fan out with their projects like Stevens. And guys, we need to get some more backing here, okay? I will go toilet paper everybody's house, and I'm just too tired to be driving, so save me that, please. Don't make me out there 3 a.m. throwing eggs at your front door and toilet paper in your trees. Come on. Come pledge. You're supporting 22 starving artists. They're hungry. It's something that you miss physically in mainstream comics. They're not hungry anymore in mainstream comics, guys. They're not hungry. Their characters sell themselves and they're content and they're good to go. These are hungry people that are passionate. You had to see them behind the scenes, excited about the video. That's what you want in creators. Because if they're this passionate about it, they're giving everything they have in it. Give it a shot. And it's an anthology, so you're bound to like something in it. If you're not interested in one story, there's 15 other stories. So, and it's a nice hardbound cover with a lot of great art from a lot of great people. Yeah, Kevin, I just saw it. It's horrible. I'm going to announce it in a minute. No, someone in the indie community shockingly passed away out of nowhere, and I don't know what happened. Just real quick, Meredith Loughran, she always does a podcast show with Nita Lanning. She announced 12 minutes ago that Meredith has passed away. Meredith was young, and I don't know what it was. And Meredith, I didn't know her well, but I did their podcast probably about a month or two ago, and we got to talk for about 2 hours after the podcast. And she was a very, very nice woman. She was a very kind woman, very smart woman, very knowledgeable woman, and she cared about the indie community. And it's a great loss to her family and friends, of course. It's a great loss to the community. It's a great loss to the world. So my prayers go out to Meredith's family, and my condolences to everyone that was close to her. And I'm actually shocked, and I don't even know her that well. Just may she rest in peace, and may her family and friends find the strength to continue on. So God bless and Godspeed. Anyway, sorry, I was going to do that later, but someone just flashed a message to me.
That's all right.
So but there again, to be honest with you, we don't know if we even have tomorrow guaranteed. So all the more reason to live for today, guys. Follow your passions, follow your hearts, live the way you want to live, create. And you have to support those creators so that they can continue to create. So, Steve, before we go today, give us the pitch on your character. Let us know what we could be looking for in the future. And then, Zach, you do the same when he's done.
All right. So
Tell him.
hold on. I remember I wrote this down. I came a little bit prepared for this.
You could do the adult entertainment performance, but you can't do this. Come on now.
Oh man,
He starred in the movie Star Wars. It was ridiculous.
Okay, so I really aiming to, when it came to making this book, like I said earlier, I really aimed to do something that I would really like to read, it like a younger version of myself would really enjoy. So I decided to do something that was inspired by the things that inspired me when I was a kid. So stuff like Samurai Jack and Conan the Barbarian and all these, like cartoons and comics that I love. So I decided to make kind of like a combination of sword and sorcery and incorporated some elements of like the Western genre into my comic, which is called Trog, the Last Troglonaut. What you're going to see in Voyage 2 is kind of dipping my feet in the water to see if people really like connect with the character, see if they want to see more. I've gotten a ton of good feedback from my material so far, and I'm looking forward to really giving people a better view of this world and how it works, and like this whole story that I've been writing for like the last like 2-3 years. So yeah, I'm really excited. People are going to get a lot of monster killing, sword slashing action, a lot of kind of somber moments, dealing with some, interpersonal character development, things like that. The good stuff, the real nitty gritty of the storytelling.
But William Samuel Quinton's here and he pledged.
Hey,
Thank you.
Let's go.
Now just keep and right now you can go check out Steve. Well, not right now, but if you pledge, as soon as this book funds, you can check out Steven's character and you can say you started when. You never know who's going to be the next Spawn, or whatever independent character. And for the little bit of money you invest, I mean, honestly, we waste money on McDonald's and Starbucks coffee and all this crap, and I spell your name wrong in the cup anyway. And you know what? Forego it for 1 week. Pick up this book because you never know if any of these guys become, men and women become the next star. And you want to say you had that first body of work. I'm serious about that because hindsight can be a real bitch.
If you have
make it be.
If you don't have a comic collection, just think of how nice it will look on your shelf and everything.
Oh, dude, this thing's gonna be so beautiful.
It's gonna be a gorgeous book, especially
again. It's a hardcover with a sleeve. It's got a dust jacket, and Chris Campana did the cover art, so it's gonna be beautiful. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So,
tell us, man.
So, Zach? The question is like, who's Sonderon? Man, so adventurer, dreamer, romantic, a fool, charlatan, mercenary. Depending on who you ask, people will always give you different answers when you ask about this purple comet named, Sonderon. So, hailing from the Heliodeltan quadrant of the shattered planet Cometa, Sonderon lived a mundane existence, and his days consisted of backbreaking work, hunting and gathering for his tribe. When the day's work was all done, Sonderon would lay out under the stars and dream of a life beyond. The fates intervened, and Sonderon, was thrusted into an intergalactic struggle for a mystical artifact that, if gotten into the wrong hands, would spell doom for the whole universe. So, if in the hands of good, can unite the universe. However, this is a task that is just not easy at all. So he's got to find this shattered, spear of Nod by, traveling outside of his solar system, the Cometan system. And he is just completely a baby in this whole universe. Like the Cometan system is just, what's the perfect word I would use, like when no one knows of its awareness, like it's just
It's well hidden.
yeah,
It's a
it's like the
well-hidden
Cometan
secret.
system is well hidden and told.
Obscure, I
Huh?
guess obscure, maybe obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this system is just obscure that, told only through fairy tales, just like tucked away. He is the first of his actual species to like leave his system, and like I said, he's a baby in the universe. It's like he has to relearn how to like interact and live amongst all these people who hate him. So there's a lot of xenophobia, because of like the religion and the tales of the spirit nod that's tied into his species. And there's a lot of like, mobs, action, mystery, suspense. There's just a lot of this like cool stuff that, we're gonna go ahead and just throw in and at him. So, he's not gonna handle everything, and he's definitely gonna change, from being ignorant and naive to,
He's an alien in a completely alien world.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Guys, a lot of thought's been put into this, a lot of passion, a lot of love. I mean, that's what we love about the indie community, right?
Yeah.
It's what mainstream has lost. It's become a numbers game where they're writing for trade paperbacks and demographics where we're just writing, we're just
Yeah.
drawing, and there's bound to be something you want in this campaign. I'm telling you, it's an anthology series, so you can't go wrong. I'm going to flash it up one more time, and we're going to get some pledges on this, or I'm going to stock up on toilet paper, and they're going to think there's a shortage again because I'll be coming to toilet paper your damn house. Just saying. Just saying. All right, let's pop this up again.
Just think of all the time you're going to have to spend getting all that toilet paper and eggs off your house. It's
really. At least it's not a flaming bag of poop.
You get a cool book.
All right, so they got $736. They launched at 12 o'clock, so they've been out for 6 hours, guys. Let's bump this number up. They have a long way to go. Let's get them there. 18 backers. Let's listen. In the next 2 days, let's get this bad boy up to 50 backers at least, and get them up to $2-3 grand. Come on, we got to do this. We got to help them. All right, they're working hard. They just graduated the Kubert school. They got bills. They got debt. They got kids to feed. So you got to help them out, man. Let's do this.
I'm the kid I have to feed.
18 backers, 29 days to go, guys. It just started. A lot of great stuff. Again, real quick, anthology series with a lot of amazing talent attached. There's the Dust Jacket cover of the hardcover anthology book, 200 pages. It is not even a floppy comic size. It is 8.25 by 11. It's like a letter size. It's a nice big book. Great art. You saw Chris Campana. Here are some samples of some of the different stories. So, I mean, there's something for everyone here, whether it's an art style or a genre. Check it out, guys. Check it out. You'll be missing out. A lot of great artists in here that I know are really talented and I know care. This is a passion project, not a money grab. I mean, look at that. Tell Nick I said nice job. There you go. See? And then you got your tiers. And they're not asking for a ton of money, guys. They're affordable, I mean, you look at $250 or $200. An 11 by 17 piece of art alone would easily go for that. And you're getting all these other goodies with it. They're not being unreasonable with their prices. They're not trying to milk you. They're just trying to make their goal and put this book in your hands. All right? And Zach's got about 12 illegitimate kids to feed, so you've got to help out. Right? Right. Of course I'm joking. And the funny thing is I don't really know these guys. I just met Steve for the first time, and I met Zach for the first time in person at Garden State. So, yeah, I'm already busting your balls. So that's a good thing. You're in. I'm just kidding. So you guys got to back it real quick. One last time, elevator pitch, and we go.
Voyage Melting Pot, 200-page sci-fi anthology.
20 different artists. If you don't like one
16
story, you can
stories.
always get 16 other stories.
How many people?
20?
20? No,
22?
23.
Oh my gosh.
God.
That's amazing.
And now, is it going to be fully colored, or is there also going to be black and white?
It depends on the story.
Yeah, really. But what kind of genre is it going to have?
All sorts. You're going to have sci-fi, fantasy,
sci-fi,
superheroes,
horror.
anything. Yeah.
All in your heart's desire.
By a bunch of hungry, passionate creators. And that's all you need to know right there. And by the way, Steve just really wants out of adult entertainment really badly. So come on, guys, let's go.
You gotta help me, people, please. My life's on the line here.
Isn't it gonna be great? It's gonna be great if people actually sit there at the Kubert School, wherever you go tomorrow, and go, dude, you're in adult entertainment.
I'm gonna tell them it's your fault.
Hey, it's all right. I get blamed for everything anyway. Guys, thanks for coming on. I will be supporting. It looks great. I'm telling you, everybody I've ever met from the Kubert School is ultra talented and very nice people, except for one. Well, Chris didn't go to the Kubert School. He just sucks. But Chris Campana is awesome, my kid. Not that he watches the show, supports my book, or any of that crap. But anyway, it's no fun that he's not watching me take shots at him. Damn it. All right, guys, thanks for coming on. I really look forward to seeing this succeed. Keep plugging away. Get on every show you can. Here's another word of advice. You get flyers made up with a QR scan. You put them in every comic store. So that way they can hand them out with everybody's books every week.
Yeah.
And if it's a QR scan, people are too lazy to type shit in. Scan it on the phone, boom, they're right there. They pledge on their phone. Easy.
Yeah.
Do that. It helps.
That's a
Especially when you got Dewey's right there in Kubert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So keep plugging, guys. Keep your chins up. Keep fighting. You got a long ride ahead of you. It's going to be nerve-wracking up and down, but you're going to do it.
Yeah, we can do it, man. I know. Like I have a lot of faith in this.
Here I am throwing out motivation, and Zach is yawning. That's awesome.
No, I'm right. No, everyone's asking me like, dude, you excited? You excited? Hell no. Hell no. Like,
we're terrified, man. But
Yeah.
we gotta power through it anyway.
Yeah.
But you're terrified because it matters that much to you, and that's what people have to realize. You're getting a product from a book from people that care that much.
We want
So-
to do that.
So
You'll get there. You'll get there. Guys, thanks for coming on.
thank you for
Wish you
having us.
success. And, you're welcome to share to my page or post anytime you want.
Yeah, no problem.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
You too, man. And I can't get the vision of that movie out of my head anymore, but whatever. All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Be good, guys. So that was Zach and Steve, part of Voyage, the Melting Pot. That is the second anthology on Kickstarter right now. You got to go support them and help out, guys. 22 or 23 creators on this book, all Kubert School current students or alumni. But either way, they're hungry, passionate creators with all their different characters, trying to get them out there, get on the ground floor. You could say you knew them when. All right, so go do that. And I'm just gonna leave you. I don't mean to be somber about this, but Meredith Laughlin passed away. And it is a very, very sad thing. She was young. She was a very kind person. And she was a part of this community. She really cared about promoting and helping indie creators. And she really wanted to learn about things, and she supported. And even, no matter what she was in the community, a loss of life is always sad. My prayers go out to Meredith's family, her friends, and Anita, who was her co-host on the show. It's shocking. It's surprising. She was very young, and I just, I pray that she rests in peace, and, Godspeed to you, Meredith, and may your family have the strength to endure. All right. I normally leave on an upbeat note, but I'm just going to leave it a little silence for a moment, and I will sign off. Rest in peace, Meredith.